y'all, it's Charlene from the Crafty Art Shack, and today we are going to be doing a awesome craft, and we got some special news. So let's get to the craft desk and get started so we can get to that news, because you guys, we're just busting at the seams to tell you. So let's get to the craft desk and get started. Let's go. All right, you guys, we're here at the craft desk, and I got out this jute twine. It's a little bit thicker than what the Dollar Tree sells. I think I got it at Walmart at one time. And then I've got these packs of reindeer from Michael's, and I think they were 98 cents a piece. And I ended up getting 2 packs because I wanted 6 of these reindeer. But you can use any reindeer. That's up to you. And what we're doing is we're getting ready to make a garland, and so I'm making all the things that are going to go on the garland first. Okay, you guys, I took these reindeer and I decided that I'm going to have them facing each other on the garland. So I'm going to make sure that I paint the sides facing the direction that I want. But if you continue to watch the video, you'll notice that I did both sides of them, and I did them all the same color so that I didn't accidentally mess it up when I put on my garland. Okay, you guys, I had these little holes on these reindeer and I didn't like them. So what I did is I took my glue gun and I filled in the holes. But that's not what I recommend. I would recommend using putty, because even after I finished these, they did not, you could still see the stain on it and tell that there was a hole there. So I would suggest using wood filler or putty of some type, or some plaster filler or something like that to fill in the holes. I wouldn't use this glue method. Okay, you guys, because I did use the glue method, and when you do the glue method, you do need to take and put something down underneath that glue will not stick to, and those craft mats for kids work just fine for that. But because I used the glue, I had to sand off some of it because it had some areas that needed it. Okay, you guys, I took Old English polish. I first started out painting these. That's why you see 3 of them painted. And then I decided that wasn't the color I was really looking for, and I didn't have a wood stain to do this with. So here's a trick that I've always done in the past, is I take some of that Old English dark furniture polish that covers up scratches and stuff, and I just take it and put it on my deer, and it gives me that color that I want, and you just keep wiping it until you get the desired darkness. And this is the color that I was going for, and you don't have to use the Old English. You can use any type of paint, any type of stain that you want. This is just what I chose to use because it's what I had on hand, and I didn't feel like going back out to that store again. Ugh. And the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking some of this jute, and I'm going to cut it down to, I'm going to cut me 6 pieces of it so that I can make little ties for my little reindeer. And I'm going to just take those, and after I get all 6 pieces cut, it looks like I'm cutting more. I'm not sure why, but I only needed 6 of them. Okay, now I'm just going to take them and fold them in half, match up the ends, and tie me a little knot. And then after that, I'm going to just take those and hot glue them to the back of my reindeer. Now, when you do these, you want to make sure that you have 3 of your reindeer going one way and 3 of the reindeer going the other way, if you want to have that alternating look where the little reindeers face themselves. Okay, guys, so you'll have 3 facing one way and 3 facing the other way, and those just turned out too cute. The next thing that we're going to make for our garland is some little candy canes. So what we need is we need this fat quarter that's Christmas material, and I'm just trying to show you the SKU number. And we're just going to take this material and cut it into 2-inch strips all the way. We're going to tear it all up into 2-inch strips. And then you're going to need 6 of those little curlers that you see sitting there. And then there's the thing, the tag and the SKU number. I don't know if y'all can read those. I can't read them. But anyway, I'm taking out my little curlers. I saw somebody else do this on YouTube. I don't remember who it was. But this is not something new, but I thought they were too cute and they would look awesome on this tree garland. Okay, you guys, I just tore this all up into the 2-inch strips so that I just tore the whole fat quarter because I figured if I wasn't using it for this, I was going to use it for something else during the Christmas holidays. So I just went ahead and tore everything up into 2-inch strips, and I went back and cut that white line off. But y'all, if you're smart, you'd cut that line off first instead of having to go back and cut all them individual pieces. You know, that was so, I should have thought about that before I did it, but I didn't. Okay, so let me get that cut off and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I lost the part where I cut the little 2x2 squares. And what I did is I took my 2-inch strip and just cut 2 2-inch squares. Now the next thing, and I glued them to the ends, right in the center, and I glued them to the ends of my little curlers to cover up the end pieces. Now what you see me doing here is I'm going to take 2 wire ties, and I'm going to take, they're the 4-inch. I was showing you what they were. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and pull that material down around it, and I'm going to zip tie that on there so that it stays on there nice and snug and it doesn't pop out when I go to make my candy cane out of these. And then I just trim that end off. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm showing you all what I'm doing. I got to do the other end. Okay, so yeah, I got to finish this other end of this one, and then I'll trim it off. And then once I trim it off, the next thing that I'm going to do is start wrapping my candy cane with my other piece of material. Okay. Then the next thing you need to do is you need to make sure you have both of those things facing the same way. And so the next thing you do is take the rest of your 2-inch strip, put hot glue on it, lay your little candy cane on there, and then you just start wrapping. And that little nub is going to be sticking up, but once you start wrapping this, that little nub's going to kind of disappear and you don't really see it. So I wasn't too worried about it. But if you had those little bitty rubber bands from the Dollar Tree, you could use those. I just couldn't find mine. I had some, but I don't know what I did with them. Okay, so I'm going to just wrap this, continue wrapping this around until I get to the end. And then I'm going to take and put some hot glue on the end of it. And I'm going to do all of my little candy canes this way. And that's what it starts out, and then you start bending it. And what I'm showing you there is that I put my little nub to the inside and I bent my little candy cane, and then I'm going to do the rest of those 5 curlers so that I'll have 6 total. Okay, you guys, for the center of my garland, I wanted 2 candy canes together. So I'm taking another one of those zip ties, and I'm going to take and zip tie these together so that they'll stay in the little X pattern. Now I don't do this to all the candy canes. I only do it to this center one. The rest of them are going to be single. Okay, you guys, I took the zip tie back off of it because I decided that I wanted to decorate it up, and I was going to use the zip tie and everything all together. So I took me one of those little pieces of jute and I made me a little tie. Then I'm going to lay it down, put my zip tie through it, and then crisscross my candy canes over the top of that. And then I'm just going to take and zip tie these together. And am I going to put that stuff in there yet? Oh, and I put the little piece of greenery from my Bits and Bop bag. Now, you guys, where I got this greenery from is I was at the thrift store, and I found this big, huge wreath. Okay, hold on a second. So I'm taking my little screwdriver, because this has those little ties for it to be on a wreath. I just taken curl up those ends with my little teeny tiny screwdriver. Now, where I got this pieces of stuff from is I was at the thrift store and I found this big huge wreath, and it had all different kinds of stuff in it. So I took it apart. I brought it home and took it apart. I only paid a couple of dollars for it, and I brought it home, took it apart, and I put it in Bits and Bop bags so that I would have it ready to use. Okay, so then I'm going to add me a little bow. Now, that little bow I cut at 10 inches long and dovetailed the ends. And that's going to be my center piece for my garland. And what I'm looking for now is I'm back in the Bits and Bop bag over there that you can't see me doing. And I'm pulling out some berries. I'm going to glue these two little berries to it. And you guys, these candy canes just turned out adorable, adorable, adorable. And I'm going to take and glue two different berries on there because I want to give it some color. And I usually leave a little bit of stem on them because that makes it easier to glue in. And then what I'll do for my single candy canes is I will put the piece of tree garland, the ribbon, and some berries on them. So this is what I'm doing now, is I'm getting ready to do the little single candy canes that are going on there, and you should have 4 of these left. And I'm going to put a little tie on there, and I'm going to put it on with my zip tie the same way I did my double piece, and I'm going to slip it through that little tie that I made, stick it on there, and then I'm going to grab me a piece of the greenery, and I've got those little ends, and I've already twisted them up so that I didn't have to do it after I put them on there. I got smart, you guys. I got smart. I got real smart. I get excited when I do something right the first time and don't have to take it apart and do it again. Okay, now I'm going to trim the end of my wire tie off, and then I will put my ribbon and berries on there. You guys, all of these individual things that I'm making, like the reindeer, the candy canes, and the other pieces, the bells that I'm doing, all these little things would be so cute for just making them for Christmas tree ornaments. So these can be ornaments, or they can be pieces that you put on your garland. Now, this ribbon that I'm using on the single ones has wire in it, so I'm going to take it and maneuver it around to where it looks like I can make the ribbon do anything I want it to. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm going to glue my little berries on there. And here you go. Now, ain't that just adorable? Okay, you guys, next we're going to make our little bells. And I couldn't decide whether I want to make them look rustier or not, but I didn't. So what I did is I took my 2-inch strip and I ripped it down to where it's a 1-inch strip. So you just take one of your 2-inch strips and rip it down, and you're going to do that to 3 of them. And that'll give you the length that you need for these little bells. And then I'm going to put the strip through the bell, and then I'm going to add some more greenery. Now, that greenery came off the same Christmas tree wreath or Christmas wreath that I got from the thrift store that was in my bits and bop bag. So I pulled out 6 pieces that look just alike. Now, if you don't have this, you can use those Christmas ties from the Dollar Tree. Okay? All right, you guys, you're not going to tie these little ties on there. You're just going to run them through there and leave them just like this until we get ready to put them on the garland. All right, you guys, we got our 9.5 foot jute rope, nautical rope, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to start putting our garland pieces together because now we have our bells, our candy cane, and our little deer ready to go. So I'm getting everything ready here so that I'll have it. Now, your second jute rope that you have like this, what you're going to do is you're going to cut it into, how long was those strips? I don't remember. Hold on. 10-inch strips. Okay, what I'm showing you that I'm doing here is I'm finding the center of my garland. And, well, maybe not. Okay, what I'm doing, okay, see those Christmas tree tie things? Those you want to cut in half, and that's just one 12-pack. Now, there's my 10-inch pieces of the nautical rope that I cut, and I took each piece that I cut and cut it in half. And then I cut my drop cloth up into little 10-inch pieces, and you're going to need 30 of those. And then, I don't know if you can see it on here, but sitting on my desk is that little bitty, is that buffalo print that I've got for, I don't know why I was holding up 4 fingers, but you see me separating that jute, or not jute, the nautical rope. You guys, when you take this apart, I think that is so pretty. And then you're going to need 10 bundle. I have them in bundles of 10 is what I'm showing you. And then there's the buffalo. Now the buffalo print came from the scarf. Now you can use material, and those are in 2-inch strips cut 10 inches long. Okay, so everything is cut at 10 inches or 8 inches or 12 inches or whatever. It's down in the description box below. Now I am taking the center of this and I am tying a knot there right onto my jute rope so that I know right where the center is. And after I find my center, then I'm going to go over and I just want to make sure that I put everything evenly on there. And I go ahead and tie on another one, just the other side of the center, so that I know exactly between those two is my center, because I moved over my little tie so that I could find my center. And there's my center. That's what I'm showing you there. That's where I'm going to tie on my double candy canes. Now, you guys, when I started doing this, I didn't think this through, but I had to take that loop and slide it all the way through and over all my stuff. So I'm working from the center out is what's going to happen. And the order that I'm going in is going to be candy cane in the center, then it'll be a drop cloth tie, then it'll be a buffalo plaid, and a Christmas tie, then the drop cloth, and a jute rope. Or if you start from the end of your thing and start working all the way down, you're going to go Christmas tie, buffalo plaid, drop cloth, jute rope, and then it's going to be either a candy cane, a bell, or deer. And that's the order that I put them in once I did one side. So I put that down in the description below so that you can have the orders of how you want to put it on there. But you guys, this is just, everything gets tied on here. So it's just a way of making it make it your own design. You don't have to do the same exact thing that I did. This is just an idea. You guys, this is going to be a 9.5-foot long piece of garland. And you see it piling up on my desk right there. And I'm just taking and putting all the pieces, alternating them on there. And like I said, they just get tied on. And the reason why you see me going over to the end is because this is still in the stage where I was figuring it out. But when I got to the other side, again, it was Christmas tie, which is those little greenery pieces, a buffalo plaid, a drop cloth piece, a jute rope, and then either one of your bells, your candy cane, or your deer. And I just evenly spaced them all the way through on my project. Okay, you guys, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the end of this garland for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to take and fold the end piece over, and then you're going to take a piece of jute rope, and this is just how I did mine. There might be a better way of doing it, but this is how I did mine. And I took and laid that little piece of jute rope in between there, and I was looking at it to see if this is how I was going to do it, and this is what I chose to do. Yeah. Okay, so what I did is I wrapped that loop around there and made me a little knot, and then I'm going to glue in that tail that's hanging from there to make sure that this doesn't come undone. And then I'm going to just take and wrap my jute rope all the way around this end until I get back down to the end of my nautical rope. And then I'm going to make a loop over and slide it over the top of my jute rope or nautical rope, and then I'm going to put it down here at the end, and I'm going to pull it tight. See, you just pull tight. Now, really tight, because you don't want this coming undone. And so I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with the tail from this end, and I just pulled that knot really tight. Then I'm going to put some glue down, and I'm going to lay it through, or no, I'm going to wrap it around again. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to cut it off. Okay, and then I'm going to take and make sure that I glue that little end again. I don't do it right here, but I do come back in and do it again. You guys, you see me get something on my hands, I'll wipe it off in a minute. I don't like to get my hands dirty. Okay, you guys, what I'm doing now is I'm going to make the tassel. And I'm taking this one of the strips of the buffalo, or two of the strips of the buffalo that I had cut into 2 by 10-inch strips. And I'm going to cut it down into 4 little pieces. Cutting it long ways, cutting it into 4 little pieces. After I get it cut in those 4 little pieces, I'm going to take my drop cloth piece. I just take one of that, put it in the center. Then I lay my buffalo pieces that I just cut down. And then I take 4 of those little jute pieces that I took apart. Now I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take one of those pieces of jute. No, I'm going to take a wire tie and put it right in the center of all of that. And I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Y'all see me, I'm trying to figure out how to make a tassel. I am not a tassel maker, you guys. I didn't make pom-poms when I was in school. All the other kids did, but I didn't. I just, nope. I'm not a tassel or a pom-pom maker. I will do my best here for you. If you got a better method for making tassels, do it. So what I'm doing is I'm tying the thing in the middle, and I'm taking off that wire tie because I didn't like how it was getting ready to look. I'm trying to take it apart so I could use it again, and I say, oh, heck with it. Oh, let me see. What am I doing now? Okay. I'm going to make me a tie for it to be able to attach it to the end of my garland. And I just make a loop, and I'm going to stick that through there and put it up the center. Now, this is probably not how you should have done it. And I just left those strings hanging long. I figured they could be part of the tassel. And I pulled it up tight through there. Now I'm going to take a wire tie and put it around there and pull it tight. I'm going to pull it real tight, and then I'm going to trim it off. And then I figured out, oh, I didn't do the top of this right because it didn't look like it was supposed to. So I had to hook another piece of jute rope, and I'm going to go up there and tie it around the top or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to cut off that wire tie because it's in my way. I'm going to take a piece of that drop cloth tie, and I'm going to cut it in half so I have a 1-inch strip instead of a 2-inch strip. And I'm going to take it and lay it right over that wire tie. You see, you guys, I didn't make my tassel right. And so I had to cover up where I put my little thing, that zip tie. So I'm going to cut off the extra after I wrap it around, and I'm going to hot glue that down. You guys, this is about learning new techniques, and I'm learning how to make a tassel. My other tassel for the other end turned out much better than this one did because I realized what I did wrong. So I leave this in here so that you could see that we don't get everything right the first time either. So you have to, it's a trial and error thing. If you watch other YouTubers and everything looks perfect, it's because they did a lot of editing. I'm telling you. Because my videos are one blooper right after another. I try not to put too many of my mess ups in there so y'all know how to do it right. But and what I'm doing here is I'm going back in there and untwisting those little jute rope pieces more because I want it to look more tassel-y than what it was. Tassel-y, is that a word? I don't think so. Alright, you guys, I'm looking at the top part, and my rope didn't come up like I wanted it to up there. So now I'm going to take another piece of jute and just tie a knot up there around that piece so that I'm going to hot glue my rope to it so it doesn't slide up on my little loop. Like I said, I didn't do this right the first time. So this is the idea. My other tassel, I made it similar to this, but it was not the same as this one, but it looks the same. But anyway, so I just wrap that around there and tie it off so that it doesn't slide up and down on my rope. And I pull that really tight because I don't want it to come loose either. Alright, you guys, we finished up our little tassels. And what we're going to do is take and loop it around that loop and pull it back through itself. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing because I don't know how to explain that. And I just pull it tight. You guys, my tassels aren't perfect, but I think they turned out cute. I really do. I'm trimming off the end of that because I didn't want it to be just sticking out there. But I think my little tassels turned out just cute. And I'm going to move it around to where it's right at the very end of my jute rope there. And you guys, this thing turned out really, really cute. All right, y'all. We just finished our awesome rustic farmhouse garland for decorating for Christmas. And here's our picture of it. I had to put a picture of it because it's 9 feet long, you guys. I can't stretch it across here. There's no room. Well, there's room, but I can't get it in this little box, okay? So here's a picture of it with it displayed. Now, I haven't decorated my house for Christmas. So this is it displayed here and here. Here's a couple different views of it. And you guys, I hope you liked it. So stay tuned because we're getting ready to tell you about our awesome news. You guys, we have some awesome news we want to share with you. And that news is we have been doing YouTube videos now for 5 months, and we've been on Facebook for a couple months, and we have over 3,200 viewers or followers on Facebook. And I think that's awesome. Thanks, you guys, for supporting us on Facebook. Then we have our videos on YouTube. You guys have gone over 1,000 views on one video. But we have more than 1,000 views across the channel. And the other exciting news is we're going to talk about our subscribers here on YouTube, because I have something special for y'all. But let me tell you what the exciting news is. You guys, Plaid has offered to send us some supplies to use in our videos. And we are so excited about that. I can't tell you how much we're excited about it. You guys, when we start out with the new year, we're going to have some new supplies, maybe even sooner than that. I don't know. But we got the letter from them saying that they're going to send us some supplies. And we're going to start teaching y'all with some new supplies of things we haven't even tried yet ourselves. And some will be that we have done, and we're going to be using their products. And if you want to check out our videos that we do for them, those are going to be offered on I think it's their Facebook group, and it's called, you just visit Plaid on Facebook, okay? And that's spelled PLAID, okay? And if y'all don't know who that is that I'm talking about, they are a craft company that sells all kinds of paints and tools and supplies to do crafts with. Okay, that's part of the exciting news. And you guys, on YouTube, we have gotten 175 subscribers plus. Okay, and when we hit, I say plus because the numbers change even while we're talking. Okay, so when we hit 250 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. But if you want to be a part of that giveaway, what you need to do is these things. Our giveaway, we're giving away a $20 gift card. Okay? And when we hit 250 subscribers on YouTube, and if you want to be a part of that giveaway, you have to subscribe to, in this video, not this video, but to the channel. Then you have to like and leave a comment on this video, and the comment you have to leave is cookie. Why cookie? You guys, that's because that's what my kids used to call me when they were growing up, because I always tell them, they say, Mom. I say, I changed my name. They said, what'd you change your name to? I said, Cookie. That's the only thing I could think of at the time. So my kids called me Cookie. So you have to leave the comment below as cookie and like it. Hit the thumbs up. Okay, and then we'd like y'all to share our video also with somebody that likes doing crafts. If you know somebody, share our videos with them. and we'd greatly appreciate it. You guys, all of y'all who are already our subscribers, we love you and we appreciate you and we thank you from the bottom of our heart. Because without you, we wouldn't have this. Without you, there wouldn't be a channel. And you guys, we love our subscribers and we appreciate you. And by showing you how much we love you, we're going to send you a $20 gift card if you're the winner of this giveaway. So when we hit that 250 subscribers, you guys, I'm going to be announcing the video in that video that we're doing the giveaway. So make sure you like and comment in this one. And what's the comment? Cookie. Yes, Cookie. You guys, that'll do it for this episode of the Crafty Art Shack. We'll see you on the next episode. We love you guys. Bye.
Notes here. Yeah. You guys know how I am. I'll forget it if I don't write it down. Yes, we do. Okay, so, well, y'all might not think it's awesome, but I do. So, yeah, I wrote it down, and I still didn't remember. Over. You guys, I'm not saying the numbers right. Hold on. You guys, if you only knew how many times I take this. Oh my gosh. Hi, y'all. It's Charlene. Yeah. So let me tell you about it. Oh, hold on. My thing went away. 100. Or no, I said that wrong. Over. First of all. Hi, y'all. This is Charlene. I'm not supposed to be doing the beginning. Wait to the end of the video. You guys, I found something on my desk and it's bothering me. I had to do it. Get it off of there before the video. I'm sorry. And yeah. I didn't say that right. We'll see you on the next episode. We love you guys. Bye.